Hi, fellow traders. Well, Tuesday is a wrap, and we're looking forward to hump day. This wasn't the best of days. The market started out a little crazy. We were gapping down, we were selling off, stocks were gapping up, and I was saying, I can't go long with the market gapping down like this. I couldn't really wrap it around, and I was only looking to go short. And I kind of got wrapped up into that in the beginning, but then things started to sort itself out. Sometimes you just have to be patient and let the market sort itself out, and then you attack. And that's pretty much what we did today. So, gonna share with you guys trades and stuff from today. But one quick thing I want to share with you is taking the path of least resistance. It often creates a new set of problems. It creates bad resistance. We've got good resistance and we've got bad resistance. Bad resistance are the things that come up that we, as a result of us trying to take shortcuts, and we end up getting hurt, or we end up really putting ourselves in a bind. Whereas if we just deal with the good resistance helps us grow. It helps us get stronger, and it tests us. It lets us know whether we actually want this or not. And if we get to the point where we're having doubts about wanting this, then it's time to turn around and go the other way. Because this is an industry where you have to want to do this, and you're going to have to be able to make the sacrifices you need in order to get to that next level. And you see, this picture is of what they call Dragon Cay. This is in Middle Turks and Caicos. And this was right down the bank from the resort we stayed in. And the locals will tell you, it looks real easy to walk out to it on this rock formation. It goes right out there to it. And they'll tell you the best way to do it is to wade through the water. And because this, even though it looks easy, it looks like a shortcut, you run into a lot more resistance, and you run into the bad resistance. This formation is really slick. There are holes and crevices that your ankle or your foot can slip down into it. You could twist or break your ankle. When you get further in here, the whirlpools around the rocks from the current can mess you up. So even though this looks like a really easy path to get there, and this looks like a shortcut or the path of least resistance, you're going to run into a lot of that negative resistance that can cause you to really get hurt and have a bad experience. And it's going to teach you something. It's going to teach you not to do that again. So wading through the current to get there, you're going to have to deal with some resistance, but it's the good resistance. It's the one that's going to help you get stronger. It's going to help you to learn how to navigate these waters. And you're going to be better when you get there. And also, it'll tell you whether you actually want to go there and visit that or not. Do you really want to get there? Because if not, you're going to turn around and come back. So just think about it. In our trading, our resistance is going to be losing trades. It's going to be losing days. It's going to be, taking the time to actually learn the strategy and understand it inside and out before we go out and start putting our money on it. Now, all of these things that we try to circumvent, these little resistance that we run into that slows us down from getting to our end goal, is actually good for us. Is actually there for a reason to help, to teach us and to help us grow and to get to that next level. So just remember that, because guys, I'm a teacher. I had people, the video from yesterday, I know I got a little a little ill on that. But my responsibility as a teacher is to tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. And if I don't tell you what you need, if I'm not here for you in that capacity as a teacher and as a mentor, and I'm just telling you what you want to hear to bait you on, then I'm doing a really bad disservice to you. And I respect my profession that much that I'm not going to do that. Not only do I respect the education profession, but I respect the trading profession as well, just as much. And I'm not going to tell you a bunch of crap. I'm not going to lie to you. If I think you need to find something else to do, then I'm going to tell you that. Because I damn sure would have told myself that. And I came close to telling myself that, if I didn't correct myself along the way. But, being honest, upfront, and open about things is the only way to do it. The only way to go. So I don't care if people don't like what I say. I know it. I've been through the fire. And I've made it out. So I'm going to tell you how it is. I'm not speculating that it's not the way people say it is. I've been there. I know it. And I'm going to tell you. So just wanted to clear that up for you guys. All right. So UAA. Remember I told you I was looking to go short. And UAA and UA historically have not been good traders for me. So I was really reluctant to put it on my watch list. But while we were building our watch list, it made this huge sell-off after the conference call. So I'm like, hey, this may be in play today. So I took it, and this is where stupidity creeps in due to being a little bit greedy and trying to catch that extra couple of cents. And this is a problem that I have. I'm always looking to hit that target. It's like I have a target there, and I'm going to fold my arms, and it's going to hit it. Okay? And that can be detrimental. And I fight that sometimes, that I want that extra couple of cents. And what I should have done was put my order here at 22.10 because the level was 22.07. I could have just put a limit order out for half or 2/3. In this environment, we're doing 2/3. And I would have locked in probably more than I lost. I lost $120 on this. I probably would have locked in $120 to $140 and then stopped out at break even. But by being greedy and not taking the profit when I had it like I was supposed to at this predetermined level, I got stopped out. So this is a case where I did not execute my trade plan the way I should have. And remember yesterday I was talking about how we can be perfect in our execution. We have to be perfect because the market is imperfect. And it's going to do things that's going to drive us insane. But if we execute our trade plans perfectly, then at the end of the day, we're going to make money. Here, I did not execute it perfectly. So I ended up losing on a trade that I should have added $120 to $140 to the bottom line. So execution is everything. Execution is everything in this industry. The strategies are simple. They're all the same. They're just repackaged. The strategies are simple. Executing it is where the difficulty comes in. Applying it to the market. And these are the things that we're going to run into. But you've seen over the course of this month, guys, should show you the value of being consistent. I have not changed the way I execute my strategies in the market. The first 2 weeks were really rough. And people were hitting me up telling me I need to do this, I need to do that. I see this changing. I see that changing. It's like, okay, thank you. Okay, thank you. I'm not changing for nobody, because I know if I continue to be consistent in my execution and apply my strategies to the market, at the end of this month, I'm going to be profitable. And I know damn well I'm not going to give back $3,000 tomorrow in the market. So I'm going to end this month green after the start. And this is what I've been trying to teach and been trying to show you guys for the last several years in here, because it happens all the time. I go through periods where the strategy may not be 100%, it may not be working, and people get frustrated because they're not really making any money. Hey, you got to be consistent. You keep trading consistently, you're going to get out of this rut, and things are going to start to come to you. So just remember that. All right, so NXPI, this was the one that, really worked for us. We've got, this wasn't an opening range breakdown, so to speak. This was kind of a continuation trade. Here, the opening range was a nice sell-off, but I'm not getting it through all of that. This stock was gapping. It was on my watch, on my scanner, but by 8:30 it was gone. No, it wasn't on there anymore because it had eaten up too much of the gap. So what I decided to do was trade this thing anyway and put it on my watch anyway. So we just waited for it to settle. The market settled in, and I was more comfortable going to the long side, and it paid off. The only issue is this thing made deep pullbacks. Okay, here's a pullback. There's no way this should have come down and stopped me out. What the hell was this? Okay, what the hell was this? But I had to have my stop at break even to protect myself, because this could have continued to wash out. Yeah, I don't know what, this was ridiculous. But I got back in on the next candle and went ahead and hit the target. Came back, we hit the second target around 105. This gave us a big wick up. Then we ended up pulling back, and I actually added on this. We pulled back to red to green. This held, and I actually added once we came back over the 9. I'm getting more and more comfortable adding here and where to add and managing it. Now I can do it easy on the swing trades, but I'm trying to get this here in the day trades, because that's going to allow me to make more profit in the smaller account. And these are the skills that I'm trying to teach you. But as I'm learning this skill, I'm going to be teaching it to you, because this is a lifelong learning process, and we're always looking to add elements to our trading. So was able to take the add off here. We had a pullback and did not quite get to not quite break the high of this. Could not get to my next level, and ended up having to stop out, break even. Then again, once we caught the bounce, got back in, hit the first profit here. This was really short. This was a short profit. I just lightened up, and here we ran up, made the next, and then I ended up taking it off here right before the close. I don't have it, but if you go back and look at this chart, the very next candle opened and ran right up to 106.25, which was my final target. The minute right after I took this off, look how this thing traded sideways. And usually if it's going to move, when 330 hits, that's when it's going to start inching up. this did nothing. It traded sideways for like 20, 30 minutes. And so why wouldn't I take it off? Why would I just let it sit here and trade sideways for another 10 minutes into the close? But as soon as I got out, the next candle open went right up to 106.25. Nice solid green candle. And then after that, it started selling back off. Go figure. That's the bad luck. But we caught the meat of this move. A lot of tickets on this, more than I like. This is too much like scalping for me. But this was a nice trend. And that's what I trade later in the day. I look for the trends that set in and I ride them. And it's less stress, less emotional involvement. I could do other things around the house. I actually went out and cut the front grass, the side of the house and the front grass, while this trade was working. And all I'm doing is looking at it every couple of minutes on my phone. If I need to stop and come in, I will. But you don't have to worry about sitting here or anything. Just taking these trades. It's really simple, really easy. But yes, the market has to be receptive. The market has to be in the right frame. And yeah, I still trade. I trade through the bad part. But I manage my risk. So when the good part comes and we start making money, at the end of the month, we're going to end up on the green side. So that was that with NXPI. COF, this was a all-day hold. And I explained this morning, if you guys can get there at 8:30, please get there at 8:30. Let me kill my phone. Sorry, I had my phone on. Please get there because we go over everything. And I kind of explained to you the setup for the day. And on COF, I did not want to day trade this because I don't like how bank stocks trade. I don't like the financials. I don't like the metals. I don't like the oil stocks. I do not like how they trade. They're easily manipulated. And I knew the best chance on this is for me to get in and hold it and not worry about watching the crappy price action that was probably going to be a part of this trade. And those of you that watched it on a 5-minute chart, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And those of you that were around at the end that saw this huge run up at the close, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So these I manage on a 1-hour chart. I do not watch these on a 5-minute chart. I set it, put my stop in, and forget about it. Now this case, this one, because of the stock it was, I told you it was going to be a tighter stop. So we were going to put it at 92. And the first target was the 90-day on the daily. This is the daily 90. And this is where we hit our first target. And I left the rest on to see if we were going to, push through. So I had 500 shares of it. I took 300 off. It took a minute. This is one ticket. It fell partial, and then it took the rest of it off here at 50. But that was where this is all one ticket. And then this is the last 200 I took off here. So I took most of it off here because I didn't think it was going to fade this. But I left some on just in case. And it didn't. But a nice little $523. Now, I wasn't going to show these every day, but I will because everybody wants me to recap them. This is in my swing account, and I'm not really sharing this stuff until the end of the week. I'm focusing 100% on the day trades and what we do in chat during the day. So, and I'll show you this after the fact or whatever, but then we go over So you can see the actual executions, because some people like to plot those and all of that every day, but we go over the trades on Sunday when we do the swings. That's when we really go over it and we really talk about it. And I started bringing the all-day holds in. But that was today. Yesterday, oh, wait a minute. Where is yesterday? Okay. Yesterday was Tesla. We took a hit on Tesla, 934.20. This is why I didn't cover it yesterday, because we were just going to do this at the end of the week. But we were looking for Tesla to sell off. I thought we were going to reject here at 230. And, we started to come back. I got short. And wham. Came back and got me. Again, this is an hourly chart. That's what I'm looking at these trades on. I'm not watching it on the 5-minute. But, got stopped out, and that was that. I risked 3 points to make 6 to 8 points. And that's a good risk reward. But I can't do that in my small account. So that's why I don't trade these in the smaller account. And if you watch the show, the recording from Sunday, I explained to you this was a precursor to me taking swing trades. Being able to hold a stock all day and not get caught up in the daily ups and downs of it, and just let it work all day. And this is the precursor to that. But you've got to grow your account into this, because it's going to cost you more money. You're going to have to incur more risk and wider stops in order for this strategy to work. So this is a little bit more advanced strategy. Now, I told my man I was going to give props to him. I'm not trading earnings for the next couple of weeks. I'm just not going to do it in my smaller account, the 5K account. Not going to do it. It's way too many. When you have 130 some stocks reporting every night, the volatility gets spread out. I don't have an edge on the strategy or anything. But one of my advanced students sent me he PM'd me, sent me an email, messaged me on Skype. You got to take a look at Apple. This thing is beautiful. It's perfect. The setup, everything is right. The numbers, sent me everything. So I couldn't pass that up. So I looked at it, said Apple should gap up. And thankfully, the spread, usually after the market closes, the spreads are so bad you can't get in. The spreads were tight on Apple. So it was kind of a no-brainer. But I had to take it in my swing account. I can't, a $200 stock is kind of hard to trade in my smaller account, even though I could get 100 shares of it. Or could I? I don't know. I probably couldn't even get 100 shares of it. But because it's only 2 to 1. So I love it when I have guys that have come through. He started with me way back when I was in the dark days. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And came through the fire. And this guy, all he does is trade earnings. He doesn't trade anything else because his job has him working, and he gets off at like 3 o'clock, and earnings is his focus. And so the earning strategy that I taught him, that's what he employs, and he focuses 100% on it. So that's all he trades. And when this guy sends me something, I listen. And so, really, really nice trade. But I'm leaving 100 shares on because I'm looking for it to get up to like 222. That's what I'm looking for it to gap up to. But really, really nice trade. And I got to give a shout out to him. Because every time he's saying something, it's like on point. He takes it to another level than I take it. But if all you do is focus on these earnings trades, then you're gonna be a guru at it. So hopefully I can convince him to teach a class one day, so he can share, his knowledge on it. But it's kind of shy. All right, so that does it for today. Okay. Let's see, what did I end up with today? 316.89, not bad. Add that to the $700 from yesterday, and we have got a really, really strong end to the month. Even if I mess up tomorrow, this is going to be a really good end to the month. And really looking forward to going into August and really finishing this year strong. So you guys, listen, you got all of these tools. You got them for free. Take advantage of it. Doesn't cost you a thing to take advantage of what you got. And I promise you, I would not promise you, I would not put my guarantee on it if I didn't know if you followed this stuff that you would make it. If you follow that roadmap, you can get to where you need to be. So take advantage of it. It's there for you. So you guys have a great night, a great evening, and I will catch you guys first thing in the morning.